Say again, for those who didn't hear you. Say your question from the beginning.
This year, the Muharrem 1st, Şeyh Nazım El-Kıbrısı Hazretleri Efendi was doing sohbet at 2002. He was mentioning about when Hijri New Year comes in, we have to watch out that if it's on Tuesday nights, and this is happening not very often. So this is 16 years ago that I listened to this sohbet. New Year's never comes with last year. Every New Year comes with their own authority, their own new rules. Never gonna be like last year. But when they come on Tuesdays, we have to watch out carefully because the old Ummets was calling Tuesdays the bloody days. So they come very heavy. And also, he was saying we order to explain people. If you don't want to listen, don't listen. But we're here to warn people. And he said, I'm tired to say it too. My question is here, on Tuesday, like day like this, the new Hijrat comes in, days like that. What we have to be watch out for this New Year's because it's coming on Tuesday, and this is coming for Ummet. We have to be careful for the whole nation.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hasbunallah. We're asking support from our Shaykh, inshallah, to say a couple of words. This tariqat is based on sohbat. The secret of this tariqat is based on sohbat. And the goodness continues with the sohbat. The sohbat, it is the essence of all the books and all the lives. When you take from the sohbat, you may not find it even in your zikr and your prayers. Deen nasihat is religion, it is advice. Those who take the advice, they win for themselves, here and hereafter, forever. Those who don't take the advice, they will lose here and forever. Those who don't take the advice and say, I know better, they're going to be together with Shaitan and all those ones who are following him, claiming, I know better. I don't need to listen to anyone. Who is this person speaking in front of me? Sultan al-Awliya, taking the knowledge from the Sultan al-Anbiya. Shaykh Maulana saying in a sohbat, you see, this is how the words of Awliya Allah, they are like the words of the prophets because it is fresh and it is alive. Quran is 1400 years old that it was revealed in this world. Don't think the Quran was just 1400 years old. The Quran is the words of Allah. It has no time, it has no space. But when it was revealed to this world in this language to us in this time, 1400 years ago, you read the Quran now, it is still fresh. It is still alive. It is enough for us living in the 21st century, and it will be enough for people living in the 100th century, which we are never going to reach, by the way. Forever. It is enough. And the words of the prophets, it is a sohbat, taking from the Quran. And the words of the awliya Allah is a sohbat taking from the Prophet. And what he is saying, if the Muharram, it is entering Monday to Tuesday, then prepare yourself. But who believes these days? This is what we have to watch out for. What we have to be careful about. Like what I said. In the beginning of the night, you ask what we have to watch out for. Because Sultan al-Awliya saying we have to be careful. What we have to be careful about. And we've said this in the beginning of this night. Be careful from what? Anyone? Or are you sleeping? Sleeping. Be careful. Take care of your faith, of your belief, of your belief. Believers must believe. Don't look to see so much what you are believing. Look to see what is preventing you from believing. What is stopping you from believing. Your stubbornness, get rid of it. Your anger, preventing you from believing, get rid of it. Your arrogance, get rid of it. Because these are the days nothing else will save you. No government, not China, not Russia, not America. Muslim countries thinking they're rising up, never you're going to be. You still didn't wake up yet? They took the power away from the nations of Islam under the Khilafat. You think 100 years later they're going to give it back to us? You're still dreaming? If only we catch up to the West, then we can bring progress. You're still dreaming. Then you don't believe what the Prophet says. This is the time of Jababira. This is the time of tyranny. You want to catch up? You will be one of them. You will be a tyrant. Name me one Muslim country that is not a tyrant, that is not ruled by tyrants. They made sure. After they chewed us up and they spit us out, from Eastern Europe all the way to Western China, from the steppes of Russia, North Africa, all the way to Southeast Asia and the subcontinent, after they chew us up, they spit it out. They made sure that those who succeed to rule, they are the worst of us. They're not the best of us. Maybe here and there you see some progress being made, maybe. One step forward, don't worry, you're going to take 10 steps back later. Worse and worse. This is how Shaitan trick you. Shaitan will never tell you something that's completely false. Inside those lies, he's going to put a truth. So always have you wondering. So what we have to be careful of? We have to be careful of what we believe. What is it that you believe? You're believing in Allah and His Prophet. Live that lifestyle. Don't compromise. You believe in the Prophet, you believe in awliya Allah. Live that lifestyle. Don't read their books. Don't just have an idea. Live their lives. More books you read these days, more conferences you have, more confusion it will be. Before you know it, you will lose your faith. Inside of the dargah, we find people, they have lost their faith. You understand? We have lived in the Akhir Zaman, where we see now the faith. Faith comes to those who are looking for faith. They don't come to those who just inherit it just like that. They don't. They will come to those and they will stay with those who are looking for faith, looking for belief. So many Muslims think, what do you mean looking for belief? I found Allah already. I found the Prophet. I found Islam. MashaAllah, what arrogance you have. You found it? What did you find? What? Do you think just saying a couple of words, this is what you find? Are you looking deep inside to see what is it that you have found? Are you looking into your heart to see what is there that you have found, that you have put in your heart? No, because Muslims have lost this tradition of tafakkur, this tradition of looking into their heart to see what they have, what is it there that they actually believe in. They lost it. Finish. Because religion is just going up and down. Once a week, Friday, once, twice a year for Bayram. So you're not looking to see, where is our belief? If we have belief, where is our belief going to be? Where are we placing our belief? At your feet? Yeah, so many people putting it at their feet. In your head? So many people thinking religion is also only in your head. So if another bigger head finds something else, they will follow too. But your religion, your belief is in your heart. It is in your heart. That piece of meat that the Holy Prophet is saying, if it is well and healthy, the rest of your body is going to be healthy. If it's sick, the rest of you, you're going to be sick. Who is not going for doctor's checkup these days? Who? If I ask, so many going. Especially if they're getting on with their age. Oh, they get more worried. They go to doctor every day, maybe. But how many Muslims going to the doctors of the heart to say, please, can you check up on my faith? What? Muslims are going to say, what is that? Is there such a thing? You go to a man and you say, how is it? Your faith is with Allah, that's it. MashaAllah. So you finish. You just kicked aside 124,000 prophets. You said it's only you and Allah. If you include the prophets, if you say, no, the prophet is in front of me, then your faith is going to say, he had left us with inheritors. I must go to them to see. In reality, I don't have to ask you about my faith. In reality, I know that I'm sick. But I'm looking to you to help me as a doctor of the heart. Tabib al-Qulub, the title of the Holy Prophet ﷺ, to give to me some medicine, something to do to heal my sick heart. This is how you're going to guard your belief. Once you go to that doctor, the doctor may prescribe, do this, don't do this. Don't say this. Behave like this. Don't get stuck with this because you make so much progress, but because of your stubbornness on this, everything is stopped now. You know, whole big machine, it can just be stopped with one piece of rock that you throw inside, whole thing shut down. Whole factory may shut down. Well, Muslims, we are not being serious about what we believe about our faith. Because you say, we have it. How are you serious about something? How are you serious about the law of this country? How a person becomes serious? Person living here in this country, they become serious, law-abiding citizen just because they say we must obey the law and they just obey? No. If anything, people try to disobey the law any way that they want. This is also human nature. But what is stopping now a man from disobeying the laws of this country? What is stopping? Fear of the government. Fear of the government. Fear of the police. Fear of every arm of the government that is within its rights to force you, to squeeze you. Correct? It is fear. Muslims fear Allah. If they fear Allah, they will not be fearful to stand up for the truth, to at least speak the truth. And here I'm speaking to those heads of states. Here I'm speaking to those ones who are holding so much power, politically, financially, militarily, in every way. They can stand up to speak the truth. Everyone is fearing from that social media now. Even governments, they are shaking, don't you see? Social media, who came up with that? Geniuses come up with it? Government think tanks? Couple of guys in a basement, we had nothing better to do, they come up with these things. And the purpose was very low level, dirty purpose, below the belly button. And that took over the whole world, and now it can bring up and can bring down governments. But why is this happening? Because the governments don't fear from Allah, they fear from their people. They fear, oh, if I do this, my people not going to vote for me, my popularity is going to go down. So now the head is always looking at the feet. The feet is ruling the head. It is not Islam. So where is the belief now? You think from the top down, if the head is ruling with that kind of understanding, there's going to be fear from Allah? They don't fear from Allah. They don't. So how you expect us to fear from Allah now? You see people walking with the fear of Allah. You see scholars having the fear of Allah. No, they say whatever they want to say. They make up whatever they want to make up. They have no fear. And connected to that fear is shame. And Prophet ﷺ saying, if you don't have any shame, do whatever you want to do. Shame, modesty is a part of faith. Now, do we have people who are Muslims claiming they are Muslims, not atheists, claiming they are Muslims, and they say we must be given the right to do whatever we want to do? Yes. Not one or two groups, millions. Millions. Not a couple of people here and there, from governments to majlis bodies, scholars, imams. Now they say whatever they want to say, they do whatever they want to do, because there is no fear and there is no shame. It seems as if, yes, you can do anything in these days, you can get away with it. Muslims going to say, well, where is the punishment of Allah? We see so many things happening, where is the punishment of Allah? So they become more brave to do the wrong thing. Where is the belief? Because people taking belief from books these days, or from videos. They're not taking belief from those ones who have the fear of Allah, and those ones who believe. They're not. So be careful. As Shaykh Maulana is saying, be careful. What do we have to be careful about? The punishment that is coming to the entire Ummat. Ummat including Muslims, Christians, Jews, believers and unbelievers. The whole mankind in this world now, since 1400 years, it is the Ummat of the Prophet. Big punishment is coming. Huge. Because the blood has become very cheap. And even the believers, they're not caring anymore. The love of themselves first. The hubub dunya is your love for the dunya. It's not other people's love. It is your love of the dunya. It's first. You worship yourself first. You worship your family first. You worship your nation first. You become, Muslim countries become nationalists. There is no nationalism in Islam. It is forbidden. But it has become like that. There is no more fear. So we have to be careful, because the punishment of Allah is coming. And it's a huge punishment that is coming. First is going to hit the Muslims. Don't say punishment coming, oh, we're going to hit the Jews first, or the Christians. No, no, no. Muslims are going to be punished first. The people of tariqat, they're going to be punished first. Those who are not holding on properly. The in-house has to be cleaned first. Then it goes out, and it goes out. But a very big fire is coming. Holy Prophet prayed to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, do not punish my nation, Ya Rabbi, the way you punished the nation of Nuh alayhi salam. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, I will not, Ya Habibullah, O my Habib, I will not punish them, because you asked, although they are deserving of it. Because no nation on the face of this earth, like your nation in the Akhir Zaman, they are going to disobey me and be a tyrant. All the evils, all the disobedience of all 124,000 prophets, their nations, your nation are going to do openly in the Akhir Zaman. Although they deserve it, I will not punish them. They are going to punish themselves. It's not going to be a flood of water. Next time it's going to be a flood of fire. Oh, they're saying, look at this silly man sitting on top of a mountain talking about the punishment of Allah. What does he know? I don't know anything. But what my Shaykh knows, you and your people cannot even imagine. And sometimes he lets us know. Some time ago, there was another crazy man, they're saying, that he brought his people who believed in him on top of a mountain. And he's warning to the whole world, saying, big punishment is coming. Wake up, O my nation. They didn't believe him. They slander him. They beat him up. They destroy things that he built. Allah sent the flood that took over the whole world, and that flood sent everyone there that was disobedient into non-existence. Non-existence is not to hellfire, to non-existence. Finish. Worse fire is going to come when we forget what we are living for. We forget what we are believing for. We forget that whatever that we want to fight that is evil outside, it is inside of us. That if you are not fighting against the evil inside of you first, you are going to be tricked by evil. You'll be fighting with evil on the outside. All this is very simple. Hold on to your guide. How will I know if my guide is right or if my guide is wrong? Use your brains, use your heart. So difficult? Huh? Is he calling you to Allah? Is he taking anything from you? Is he ask you any fee? Is he keeping Allah and his beloved ones high? Is he putting all those ones, the enemies of Allah and the believers, low? Is he afraid to speak the truth? Is he together with the people of power? If you're looking, you will find. If you're not looking, you will never find. And your belief, our belief, if you're not renewing it, it will get old and it will die. Last year was different, no? Muharram? I don't know how many of you remember. Was it like this? No. You think I'm making things up? You think I want to? You think I want to be heavy? From days before, it's already warned us. I'm looking. This is end of the road for this year. All those things that are there, that are stuck, that you're keeping way down, you're hiding it. It's stuck there. You're not showing it. End of the year, it comes out. Watching men's and women's. So many they fail. You're not taking this as a warning. Then you're going to get the punishment. You're taking it as a warning, is not being a punishment. It becomes a blessing. That warning becomes a blessing. You don't take that warning. It becomes a smack. We're starting very heavy. And we're already knowing what it's going to be. Yes, it's going to be very bloody. I'm shivering because our work is not going to lessen, it's going to become even more. And I'm wondering how many of us we're ready. At the end of the year, I'm looking, people are not ready. Those that I thought they were ready, they're not. I'm saying, oh. And I'm feeling very fearful. I'm saying, how are we going to do this? People are still stuck. And they're being very stubborn. You're stuck. I'm telling you. I'm not making it difficult for you to know. I don't have time for that. But you're still being stubborn. That's a bigger sickness now. And that stubbornness, it will turn to anger. That anger will destroy everything. You still don't know what kind of anger you have inside of you. They were going to show it to you. Then for you to understand, we're not playing games. The anger that you have in front of you, you will kill. You will kill those that you love, just to satisfy that anger for that split second. You still think this is theory? Now you know. Wake up and be fearful and be careful. Allah has blessed us. There's no one here that is in need materially of anything. There is no one here that is in need of food or medicine or clothes or house or anything. If there is, say. Say right now. If anything, whatever we need is not only one, it comes 10, 20, 40 comes. We are here holding on to our share. How are we holding on to our share? How are we holding on? Or you're looking. They're not even looking. How many times you hear me say? How many times? I'm saying, look. How many times you say, I don't even blink when I look at Shaykh Effendi? Not only during Sohbat, I found that out. Not because I read books. Because it makes sense. He is a friend of Allah. Allah is looking at him. Why shouldn't I look at him? I'm going to learn so much. I'm going to understand. How many of you looking? If you look, you will find. Yeah, look, you'll never find. You're looking, you will understand. That time your heart will open. We don't have to say. That time will look and you will understand. The heart will speak. The eyes will speak. The signs are going to speak. And that time you have a secret language there. Every creature, they have a secret language with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You have a secret language there. You're not relying on the language that is for animals. We're saying animals, but the animals communicate in a much more sophisticated language than us. But when you don't have that connection, and people, they're not even physically in the same room, although physically they're in the same room, you can stay for 40 years, still get nothing. Nothing. And today, somebody just showed me something. This was written maybe, 700 years ago. 700 years ago. The adab of listening to a sohbat. Subhanallah. I'm saying, this is what makes our Naqshbandi tradition so special. Because whatever is necessary, they will let you know. You don't have to study. You look, they will let you know. You don't have to study, and it will make sense, and it will reinforce. It's not reading something that you hope you remember, but you forget. Huh? What is it saying? Looking at your shaykh, what is it saying?
In the sohbat that you should have your attention between the eyes of your shaykh, because any...
Skip that part. Don't talk about that part. Just saying that you have to look with the physical presence, your face of your shaykh. You cannot even look down. For a murid, not murid, you can do whatever you want. But we don't want to say those things also, because people cannot carry them. I'm mentioning it because I said this is what made sense to me. And when I looked, I'm looking for something. And it helped me. I can only show you what helped me. I'm not even saying that I got everything. I'm not even suggesting I'm the best. No. Shaykh Effendi was close to so many of you, not to me, so much like that. But this is what I learned. And this is what I can only teach, what I've learned. But it makes sense. You're not in ghaflat. You understand? So be careful. Watch. Oh, now we watch. We watch our shaykh. How we see? Oh, he's happy. Alhamdulillah. Shukr. How we see? He's careful. Oh, we have to be careful. How we see? He's in a jalal mood. Be extra careful. And anything may happen, and say Alhamdulillah. Don't get angry. People now, they get angry with their shaykh. So, you think submission is easy? if you don't know what is it that you have to submit, you have no idea what submission is to. It's just a word. If you know what it is that you have to submit, then you're going to work, then you know it's difficult. And you're going to be very careful, because once you have it, you may lose it too. Shaitan always playing games. So yeah, it's coming here. We're seeing what is happening in the world, pulling ourselves back. Be careful with each other. Be careful with each other's rights. Don't be angry. Don't fight. Don't be lazy. And don't escape. Look to see, to serve more. And when somebody is telling you what is wrong and what is right, don't be stubborn. That's the worst you can do. You do something wrong. You're saying astaghfirullah. Right away, it's as if nothing happened. You do something wrong, and you become even more proud. You're only cursing yourself. These days, they don't know how to say astaghfirullah. They don't know how to say I'm sorry. We make joke about it so many times. Yeah, just say sorry. But very difficult. Very lazy. They say, well, you should know what my heart is saying. I shouldn't have to. Subhanallah. Really? This is what Allah is saying? Don't make dua to you, to me? Allah is saying, don't make dua. I know what is in your heart. Worse. Men's, women's, wives, husbands, same. Now that time, whatever you pray, whatever you make zikr, whatever tilawat that you're making, you think is going to be worth that much? It's not. This is first to me, and to those who want to listen. Up to you. وَمِنَ اللَّهُ تَوْفِيقَ الْفَاتِحَةِ. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Good luck.